At long last, Character Options have revealed their 5.5-inch action figures of the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday. It's always been a tradition for a new Doctor to get a figure at some point down the line. Ncuti has been on our screens now for like nearly a year, so it has taken a while for these to come out. Of course, we first saw them at Toy Fair like back in January of this year as well. But they're here now, and don't they look beautiful? We're going to get into all this, all the photos, all the accessories, the points of interest, the press release as well. So the first thing to say is that these are the online exclusive versions of the Doctor and Ruby, so different variants and different costumes will be following at kind of mass retail later in the year. They'll be available to buy from all your standard shops, or at least Forbidden Planets. These are just available online, like the previous exclusives, like the Mechanist Daleks, the Warriors of the Deep, Silurians, that kind of stuff. There are no pictures at present of those mass retail versions, but the press release says the 15th Doctor will have his teal ocean green trousers and tan shoes, and Ruby will have her denim jackets, blue skirts and cream jumper. And those descriptions would seem to match up with the Doctor's costume from Space Babies and Ruby's from the end of Dot and Bubble, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see whether that comes to pass or not. So these online exclusive versions of the Doctor and Ruby are the first figures in the Vortex edition line, which the press release doesn't mention loads about, but there are some kind of clues about what we can expect, I suppose, going forwards from this line. It says, these Gen 3 figures feature a higher specification decoration for extra detail, and features include internal pivots on the neck and ankles, ball-jointed waist and shoulders, as well as internal pins on the arms and legs. So let's first take a look at the 15th Doctor, who is presented in his kind of tan coat with his red and orange striped polo shirt, the blue trousers, and then the kind of black and white and red trainers. The outfit that he wears, most prominently in the church on Ruby Road. And he comes with not one, not two, but 3 accessories. So first of all, his sonic screwdriver, specifically the blue version in open mode. He also has a psychic paper, a first for a Doctor figure. No previous Doctor figure has come with a psychic paper. That again is presented in its kind of open mode with the white bit inside visible. And he also has the Villengard Corporation landmine from Boom, which I think is a really, really neat inclusion. Very, very cool. You could kind of have him there displayed, with his foot resting on the landmine, as it does in the episode. Obviously, the costume he wears in that story is completely different to the one that's seen here, but to have that, at all is great. I'm not complaining. I think the figure itself looks absolutely amazing. The likeness is just fantastic. The detail as well. All of the clothes seem to have been kind of moulded and sculpted as separate pieces. So obviously the coat, but the kind of the polo shirts as well. It's a separate piece to the actual body, to the actual torso. All the details are there. His various necklaces, the buttons on the coat, have been painted. The rings on his fingers, all the detailing on his shoes. And in terms of articulation, we've got that ball-jointed neck, which is something we saw previously on the 13th Doctor, ball-jointed shoulders, which we didn't see on the 13th Doctor, those kind of new style elbow joints, which, are really, really nicely kind of hidden and obscured. No bicep swivels by the look of things, but we do have swivels at the thighs and the waist, I think, as well, and possibly the shoes. The kind of leg and knee joints are slightly more obvious. They don't seem to have been kind of hidden away in quite the same way as the elbow joints, but I think overall, in terms of posability, there are photos of this figure kind of at all these sort of angles with the Sonic pointing out, and obviously with the landmine as well, being able to kind of balance him on that without him falling over. I think this figure looks fantastic. Then Ruby is also presented in her outfit from the church on Ruby Road, which she continues to wear in Space Babies, the first episode of this year's season. And, once again, what a phenomenal figure. The level of detail here, the pattern on the kind of the skirt or whatever it is, the rings on the fingers, even like Millie Gibson's eye scar on the eyebrow as well. And fantastic. How amazing that has been included, the level of detail here. Once again, all the different items of clothing seem to have been sculpted separately, so the coat and the jumper, and finally the torso underneath. All the same articulation by the look of things that we got on the 15th Doctor. The ball-jointed neck, ball-jointed shoulders, no bicep swivels, but there are swivels at the thighs, kind of standard knee joints, and then there's very nicely hidden away elbow joints as well. And she comes with 2 accessories. So her mobile phone, which is kind of a nice, neat inclusion there. The first companion figure that has been released with their mobile phone, because, all the companions use them these days, so makes sense to have that there. And she also has her bag, which kind of fits over the shoulder and hangs down across her body. I'm not entirely sure whether this bag appears on screen. I'm assuming it does in the episode, but I haven't gone back to check. Either way, great to have it. It kind of harks back to the 3.75-inch Clara figure, who also had like a red bag with her. So these figures also come in brand new Vortex edition collector figure style packaging with a kind of 15th Doctor style guide, the kind of the pinks and the purples, the Vortex behind the figures there, obviously the Doctor Who logos, these lovely kind of half sort of hexagonal boxes. And they are being sold as a pair, so you buy them together for £40 or $39.99, which I think is a bargain price, to be honest, for what you're getting, compared to other collector figures we've had in the past. The number of accessories here, the level of detail, the level of articulation as well. And you even get a nice slipcase that kind of fits over the top of them as well, if you like keeping your figures boxed, so it's a win-win. These figures aren't currently available to order just yet. There is a page on the Character Options website. The word is they're going to be kind of shipping from Thursday the 17th of October, so another kind of week, 10 days or so to wait. But yeah, how fantastic to have images of them at long last, to see them in all their glory. It's a big relief for me as well, because if you didn't know, I'm working on a book at the moment about the Character Options 5.5-inch figures, a big kind of encyclopedia of the whole range with various supplements as well, one written by Connor Allen, a documentary as well, all sorts of lovely stuff. But the main book is focused on the 5.5-inch figure line, and finally we know for sure that we are going to be able to get Ncuti and Millie into the book. Really, really great to know. Will the cover also be updated to include the 15th Doctor? Stay tuned, wait and see. But yes, do go and check out Go Figure if you haven't already. It's a real labour of love from everybody involved. It's due out pretty soon now, and it's really exciting to see it all coming together. I'll leave a link in the description to the Character Options listing for these figures, so you can go and check them out yourselves. But yes, what do you think of these new figures of the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday? Were they worth the wait? Do you think they look good? Do you approve of the kind of the choice of costumes and the way this is being done, with the whole kind of thing of marketing them both together and sending them both together as part of this new Vortex Edition line? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you soon, I'm sure, for some more Doctor Who videos. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now.